So, today we're talking about soul aligned responsibility and using it as a pathway of ascension, what you are responsible for, what you are not responsible for. So, my name is Melissa Bates. I'm a beautiful, divine, angelic, and galactic channel of light, quantum healer, light language facilitator, and activator, as well as a beautiful, divine author, speaker, mentor, guide, retreat facilitator. All of the beautiful things that my soul came here to do with ease and grace. And today, I would love to take you on a journey of remembering the power of decision, remembering the power of what is your truest responsibility as a soul, and what you can also release Shahakadarakashi on your soul path. So, thank you for coming along with me and enjoying this beautiful divine experience and expansion. I first invite you to drop into your heart, taking a beautiful hand, placing it on your heart. Just take 3 deep breaths in and out with me. Just calming your nervous system. Taking that next breath in. Beautiful. More deep breath in. And letting it go. Allowing yourself to relax and receive in this moment. So, Shahakahanarakahakarakashi, I was inspired by this topic because I was doing some personal healing on myself. And all of a sudden, I really came to this beautiful epiphany that I was like, it's not my responsibility to hold this. It's not my responsibility to hold this. It's not my responsibility to hold this. And I was like, I truly need to share this with the collective because it just was this beautiful moment of everything adding up. And I just feel like this information in the collective, especially if you're on a path of ascension and growth and evolution, that it's going to make a lot of sense to you and it's going to help you tremendously on your path. So, when we think of responsibility, we think of responsibility as something that we're aligned to, something that we're meant to do, something that we're meant to, move through, hold, shift through, elevate through. It's our process to take on this action, this job, this identity, right? So, I'm going to give you some Shahaka Tarakai, a little very human examples before I go into the soul examples. So, for example, I lived in South Korea for about 4 years. And as an African American woman, when I went in about, I think, 2014, about 2014, I went. And for an African American at that time, I'm not sure about currently, it was a bit harder to get a teaching job. Um, a lot of what they've saw or have seen with African American culture, it's through movies, videos, music videos, things of that sort, right? So it took me a while to get a job, but a part of me, I took on the responsibility, and obviously I'm a kind person. But I took on the responsibility of feeling like, if I was the only African American they saw, then I was going to make sure that they knew that we are good people, we're good vibes, right? So that was me holding the responsibility of an actual culture and race, right? I didn't have to take on that responsibility, but a part of me wanted to take on the responsibility of being like, well, you're going to see, what it is because we are really good people. And I don't regret doing it because, after my director hired me, she had never hired an African American before, but after she hired me, she wanted to hire another African American because obviously I did an amazing job, right? Um, that's what a responsibility can look like, right? Another responsibility on the soul level is our ancestral lineage. And depending on what ancestral contracts you're holding on to right now, it could be deeply affecting your growth, your life, your personality, everything, right? So, Shahaka Darakaishi, growing up into Shahaka Hakana Kiki, growing up as an African American, a lot of my Shahaka Darakashi Shishi, there's literally beeping outside. A lot of my responsibility were to really understand poverty and fear, lack, scarcity, worry, burden, a lot of financial frequencies that didn't feel good. That was a big responsibility for me to learn and grow through. But as I learned and grew through them, I started to learn a new way, right? I started to learn that money is always available for her. For us, there's a limitless amount of money. If I want a successful business, I can have it. If I want to travel the world, I can do it. If I want to buy this, I can buy it, right? So I started to take on a new identity. Um, like I said, the responsibilities that you take on can also affect who you are, how you show up, and what you receive and what you're willing and open to co-create in this world, right? Shahakanarakashi. So let's talk deeper about responsibility on a soul level and what responsibilities you can just let go of. So as I was doing my healing, a big part of my soul path has been to really understand fear, right? Really understand the frequency of fear and transmute it so deeply for myself and the collective. And as I was transmuting it, I was like, wait, it's not my responsibility to hold fear, right? My contract on a soul level said, understand fear, learn it, let it go so that you can help other people move through fear. But it's not my responsibility to hold on to it, right? So I was like, okay, no, thank you, goodbye. It's not my responsibility to hold on to fear. It's not my responsibility to hold on to lack, to scarcity, to doubt, to limitation. It's not my responsibility because that is not me. And I want you to hear that. That is not me, right? We are here to embrace and connect and align and embody our soul, truest truth. Our soul is love. Our soul is peace. Our soul is oneness. Our soul is wealth, abundance, prosperity, joy, happiness. Our soul is here to live a harmonious life, right? Our soul has gone through so many timelines, so many lifetimes. This timeline is a lifetime where we just are here to grow, advance, and evolve with more ease and grace. But it's people like myself, people like you, if you're a beautiful spiritual mentor, that are here to guide people to remember that the limitations that we have gone through in past lives are no longer our responsibility. Right? So let's look on the ancestral lineage. For my clients, I help them unplug from their ancestral lineage so that their ancestral lineage is still getting the healing that they require, but it's not daunting their life. It's not limiting their growth. It's not limiting their money. It's not limiting their abundance, right? Shahakahaniki ikyo otruko okanakashi, right? So now, shukuhoko hikiniki hikiniki, what responsibilities have you been holding on to that are no longer yours, that you don't have to hold, that you can let go of and create this most limited, juicy, delicious frequency, right? So are you feeling responsible to hold on to lack? Are you feeling responsible to hold on to fear? Are you feeling responsible to do everything for your ancestral lineage? Are you feeling responsible to do everything for the collective, right? Let's do a little transmission about releasing anything and everything that you're not responsible for. So I'm calling in the Octarian Council of Light, the high angelic realm, divine ancestors of the light, to come in and do a deep, profound purification of anything and everything that is that these beautiful souls are taking on and are feeling responsible for, that are holding them back for their highest good. Anyone feeling responsible to carry fear, letting it go. Lack, let it go. Feeling unworthy, feeling undeserving, right? Letting it all go. There might be things that are coming up for you now that are like, wow, I am not responsible for that. I'm not responsible for that. I'm not responsible for my partner's growth, right? We're not responsible for that. I'm not responsible for my mom's growth, my sister's growth. I'm not responsible for that. I'm only responsible for myself. I'm not responsible for my client's growth either. I'm responsible to show up and create a space where people can grow and evolve if they choose to, right? Right? So, how does it feel knowing that in this now moment, you can start releasing those responsibilities? And I'm just going to channel some through, and it might sound like this. I release all responsibility of holding fear across all time and space. I release all responsibility of holding and transmuting lack, limitation across all time and space. I release all responsibility of feeling like I have to hold the world's, the collective ascension on my shoulders. All right. Because it's easy for us to think that, right? Even one time when I was, in a beautiful healing session with one of my mentors, she was like, "You can take the weight of the world off your shoulders, Melissa." And I was like, "Really? I can? It's not on me? It's not all on me? Okay." Whew. And I remember just like, whoa, I'm not doing this by myself. There's so many of us doing this as a collective, and it's remembering that, it's understanding that, right? So where in this moment are you taking on the responsibility that is keeping you captive from your next level, right? Especially if you're here and you're watching this, you have a big fear contract. Once again, a contract with fear is to understand it, to move through it, to transmute it, not to hold it for the rest of our lives. We don't have to hold it, right? We don't have to hold fear. So if this is something that feels really connected to you, simply say out loud, I now choose to release the responsibility of holding fear mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, consciously, subconsciously, across all time and space. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go, right? Shaka haka nakashi kinikiyatarakashi. Does it mean that fear is going to release completely overnight? No. Depending on how much fear you have stored in your body, it might take 2 days, 3 days, 30 days, 60 days. It just depends. But you can tune in. You can tune into your spirit team. Spirit team, how much time will it take me to release this fear that I'm holding onto if every single day I release the responsibility? 2, 3 days tops, right? So just tune in to how long it's going to take, and every single day, do a beautiful ritual when you wake up in the morning. Divine God, source, universe of all there is, I 100% release to you the responsibility of holding fear mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, consciously, subconsciously, and anything else you see across all time and space. Thank you. Woo. And let it go. Let it go. Let it go, right? I want to say this because it's so easy for us to feel like we are out of our power. It's so easy for us to feel like we don't have a way forward. It's so easy for us to feel like we just have to crawl through the dirt, through the mud, and like, okay, it's going to be over soon. But it's like, actually, we're really powerful and we don't have to do that. We've learned so much in all of our lifetimes that we don't have to do that, right? So, let's start breathing that. Let's start creating that foundation. Where are you ready to release the responsibility, right? Maybe you're in a partnership right now. Maybe it's a twin flame relationship that you're just carrying it, right? And it feels heavy. So what can you do here? I release the responsibility of my twin flame across all time, space, dimensions, and realities, because this is what I'm going to tell you. As twin flames, when one twin flame is doing the work, the other twin flame will throw things on you if they're not doing the work, right? Or if they're not choosing to do the work, right? So remember that if you feel that, you feel like, oh, I just feel like everything's processing through me. I release at 100%. I release the responsibility of doing the work for my twin flame across all time, space, dimensions, realities, all the things, emotionally, physically, mentally, all the things, right? This could be a high level soulmate. I release the responsibility of, processing everything for me and my high level soulmate. It could be just a partnership. I release the responsibility. It could be a mom, a daughter, a son, a brother. I release the responsibility. Just release it. Okay, something you can easily do if you have a lot. I hereby declare and decree I release all responsibilities that are not mine for me to hold mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, consciously, subconsciously, across all time, space, dimensions, realities, and anything else you see, God. Right? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Because I'm going to tell you right here the moment that you release responsibility, you're going to have an easier life. Because if you're watching this, you're probably a high vibrational soul that can do a whole lot of things, that can hold a lot for a lot of people. But this is taking away from your life. This is taking away from your path. This is taking away from your ascension, especially if you're a coach, guide, mentor, If you hold space, this is taking away from you creating the larger impact that you're most likely calling in because you're trying to do all the things. So just release the responsibility. And what does this mean? Is this saying I'm abandoning them? No, because they're just as powerful as you, right? You're just giving them the opportunity to rise. And it's going to be so beautiful for you to watch, right? I'm going to say not everyone's going to rise with you, obviously, but it's not your responsibility because every single beautiful divine being of light came here on this earth to lead out their own path and mission, not to place their stuff on other people. No, they came here to feel empowered, right? They came here not to play the victim, right? They came here to remember who they are. So this is you giving yourself and them the opportunity to remember, right? You're remembering who you are by not holding on to the responsibility, and they're given the chance to remember who they are with not putting everything on you. Right? Shahakahani kiyatarakashi. So how is this feeling? Drop it down in the comments. How is this feeling to you? And maybe even you're thinking, oh, Melissa, I have been taking on all this responsibility for other people on an ancestral level. Oh, I'm ready to let it go. Let it go. So Shahakahakanakashi. Let's do a beautiful transmission just to help you process and release even more. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to watch this video and some of you are going to be like, no, I actually want to hold their contracts. Been there, done that. And then some of you are going to be like, oh, Melissa, I'm ready. Let's go. No matter where you are, we're just going to help make the process easier because when you release responsibility, I'm telling you, you're going to be able to do more for them, right? What does this mean? If, say, it's a financial, say you're literally taking on all your partner's contracts and your financials are, you've been doing so much financial healing and it's so good, it's so delicious, but you're just not receiving it because you're still holding on to everything that they have, right? And you would really love to bring some financial abundance in your family. The moment you let go of their responsibility, your financial income is going to go boom. And then you're going to be able to pour more money into that beautiful family, right? So it's looking at the highest outcome. It's looking at, well, if I actually choose to release the responsibility, what's the outcome of this? Right? And then going back to that, if it's a partner, maybe that partner is not your highest level soul path, right? So if you choose to release the responsibility, maybe that's going to show you, wait, this is not actually my person. And that's okay. And that's 100% okay. I always say, the love that we experience in every single relationship is absolutely gorgeous, right? I was able to co-create and meet my twin flame, and I think it was beautiful. It was what it was, but it was not obviously meant to take us the distance, and that's okay. But I still think, whoa, it's pretty cool that I found my twin flame in this lifetime, and all the best, right? So it's remembering that it's safe to move on, it's safe to move forward. And sometimes people will come in for a block party, sometimes people will come in for the marathon, and it is what it is. But it's also remembering that if something leaves your life, then that only means something better is going to come in, right? Shahakahanakashiki ikinuku okotaraka akananakashiniki ikinanaka akatrukotarakashi shoroko okanarakashi. So just letting you release that responsibility, feeling into the vibration. I let it go. I release it. Shahakahaneke ekea okohonakashiki ikiniku okonakashi. Boom. Right? How does that feel? Drop it in the comments. Let me know how that feels, and let me know what you're releasing. Let me know if you're feeling excited to release the responsibility, especially on an ancestral level. Like our ancestors are like, you don't have to suffer for us, my loves. You do not have to suffer for us. We're not meant to suffer anymore. So Shahaka hakaniki okotaraka akanaki okotareshi shumuko aki taraka akanakashi. Taradana shi 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 shi. So with that said, once again, what are you choosing to release? Where are you going to allow yourself to upgrade? Right? Let me know how you've experienced what really came up for you. Maybe you have never heard this concept before, and maybe you have heard this concept before. Either way, I'm excited that you received it from this beautiful transmission today. and make sure you hit that beautiful subscribe button so that you can receive more of these beautiful transmissions to help you ascend on your path, to help you remember, to help you really rise within yourself, and we rise as a collective, right? So once again, what responsibilities are you ready to release? And also, if I can support you at a higher capacity, I'm going to drop in some beautiful links below. I have one-to-one sessions. I have 2 retreats that are coming up, one in Joshua Tree in October 2025 and one in Hawaii in 2026. So make sure to check those out if you've been wanting to tap into some beautiful retreats. They're actually the same retreat, but I'm just hosting them in different places. So the retreat is Shohaka magnetic codes, the art of receiving. So it's really taking you back into a deep, profound nervous system relaxation. It's taking you back to your, really feeling magnetic to your dreams and your desires. It's taking you back to opening up that space to receive and just really be that beautiful Shakahakanakiyatakashi. Own your creator codes, own your magnetism, own life being easy, own, it's this and always something better, like that being your bare minimum. Shahaka haka nakashi. So if you are interested in experiencing that, check out the links in my description. Shahaka haniki, shahaka tarakashi shi 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 shi. I'm also running a beautiful program starting next week, which is called Raise Your Financial Frequency. And it's all about helping you ascend financially. We are going to do a lot of nervous system work. We're doing a lot about receiving. We're also going to tap into those magnetic codes to really help you become this beautiful being of light. It just really, brings in all your desires and all that juiciness. So, if you have any questions about this as well, feel free to drop the questions below. Message me on Instagram, Melissa B. Bates _ Shohaka Hakanakashi. And with that said, I want to leave you with the question: what are you releasing in this now moment that you know you were no longer responsible for? Let it go. Shohaka Tarakashi. Thank you for ascending with me today. I love you. Mwah. Shahaka Akimukoti Kinakashi Kinkishi. A beautiful soul transmission for you. Sharaka Hakanayamoko Hakanayaka Hakona Shikia Tarakashi. Shiroko Hanaraka Ekemotarakaya Kotramutarakataraka. And this is just really settling you down into your frequency, into your vibration to make those highest level decisions for yourself. And always something better. Shahaka Katarakashi. See you soon.